Councillor Rudy Stortaboom, and Councillor Rosemary Wallace. And for staff, we have our Chief Administrative Officer, Mr. Francis Chung, Darren Light, our Director of Corporate Services, Carl Johansson, our Director of Development Services, Rick Baumhoff, our Director of Engineering, Parks and Environment, Kim Hilton, our Director of Recreation, Culture and Community Services, Kelly Kenny, our Corporate Officer, and Paula Kuzak, our Deputy Corporate Officer. And I will reintroduce Councillor Wallace because she just popped on the screen there. Okay, so this public hearing is being convened pursuant to Section 464 of the Local Government Act in order to consider the following bylaw. Bylaw 3204, zoning amendment number 186, pardon me, RZ 1221, and development permit number DP 1521. A bylaw to rezone the properties located at 20032 and 20038 56th Avenue from RS1 single family residential zone to the CD 82 comprehensive development zone to accommodate a 6-story 49-unit apartment development. First off, I'd like to thank everyone for attending this public hearing, which is taking place by electronic means via Zoom. If we encounter technical challenges during the meeting, please stand by, as we want to ensure everyone who wishes to speak is afforded the opportunity to do so. This public hearing is being live streamed on the city's YouTube channel and is also being recorded and will be posted to the city's website. If you are watching and wish to attend this electronic meeting, you can go to langleycity.ca to register and join the meeting. At this public hearing, those in attendance at this meeting who believe that their interest in property is affected by any of the proposed bylaw will be allowed to make representations to council and shall be given a reasonable opportunity to be heard respecting matters contained in the bylaw. Once in the meeting, you may use your raised hand function to indicate your wish to speak, which will automatically put you in the speaker queue. You will be invited to speak in the order in which hands are raised. When it is your turn to speak, staff will prompt you with a message asking you to unmute your microphone and you may begin speaking. Please commence your comments to council by clearly stating your name and street address. Unit numbers are not required. Then you may give us the benefit of your views concerning the bylaw. Your name, address, and comments will form part of the record of this public hearing. Members of council may, if they wish, ask questions of you following your presentation. However, the main function of council members this evening is to listen to the views of the public. It is not the function of council at this public hearing to debate the merits of the proposed bylaw with individual citizens. Once you have completed your comments, staff will mute your microphone. Everybody shall be given a reasonable opportunity to be heard at this meeting. No one will be or should feel discouraged or prevented from making their views heard. Once everyone who wishes to speak has done so, I will call for speakers for a second time, at which time those who wish to speak again should indicate so by using the raised hand function again. I will then call for speakers for a third and final time. If there are no further speakers, I will ask for a motion to close the public hearing. The public was also given the opportunity to provide written submissions for this public hearing. All submissions will be retained by the corporate officer, and copies of the submissions will be available from her upon request following the hearing, and shall form part of the public record of these proceedings. Ms. Kenny, can you please advise how notification was provided for this public hearing and whether we have received any correspondence, please?
Yes, Madam Mayor, 2 newspaper advertisements for the bylaw were placed in the February 24th and March 3rd editions of the Langley Advance Times, and notices were mailed out to owners within 100 meters of the subject properties. Notice of the public hearing was also placed on the city's website and on the posting board on the first floor at City Hall. And we received 1 piece of correspondence, which has been circulated in the agenda package.
Great, thank you very much. Okay, on to the business tonight. Bylaw 3204, zoning amendment number 186, RZ 1221, and development permit number DP 1521. And Mr. Johansson, I believe you're here tonight to provide a brief overview of the purpose of the bylaw 3204.
Yes, thank you, and good evening, Mayor and Council. This proposed rezoning and development permit application for a 6-story, 49-unit apartment building was reviewed by the advisory design panel, and the applicant has incorporated the panel's recommendations into their drawings, including adjustments to balcony coverings, rooftop patio layout, and adding more trees to the rooftop patio and landscaping to the south-facing surface parking deck. This application also proposes a residential parking variance involving the use of shoulder parking rates being contemplated for the new zoning bylaw for areas within a 10-minute walk of the Fraser Highway Transit Corridor and future SkyTrain station. And I also add that the property is located close to the future 200th Street Transit Corridor as well. And these rates are consistent with those applied to recent applications nearby. The applicant is also proposing a higher percentage of small parking spaces, or 53%, relative to the current 40% in the bylaw. And again, this is consistent with the direction that's being contemplated for the new zoning bylaw and other applications, and is supportable by staff. Thank you.
Great, thank you. Now, do we have our presentation from the developer?
Yes, Madam Mayor, I believe that the applicant's architect, David Eaton, is here with us.
Hello, Mr. Eaton. Did you want to present a presentation to us?
I'm not in a position to do that. I was expecting just to be answering questions rather than making a presentation.
Okay, I just wanted to double check. Thank you.
Thank
It's
you.
not on my notes here, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. So
Yeah,
okay.
me too.
Thank you. All right, Ms. Kuzak, can you please advise if there's anyone in attendance electronically at this meeting who wishes to speak to bylaw 3204?
Thank you, Madam Mayor. We have one member of the public in attendance. They are not indicating they'd like to speak at this point.
Okay. All right, so I'll call for a second time for speakers on bylaw 3204.
Still not indicating to speak.
Okay, so I'll call for a third and final time for speakers on bylaw 3204.
No, ma'am.
Excellent. Seeing no speakers, do any members of council have any questions regarding bylaw 3204? Councillor Pahal, go ahead.
Thank you, Madam Mayor, and through the mayor to Mr. Eaton. I just wanted to thank you for the considerations when it comes to noise and by hiring the acoustic consultant. That's really important, and especially on that busy corridor. So I wanted to commend you for that, and that you're going to look at other measures as necessary. You're definitely setting the example of what I would expect other projects to do. So thank you very much for that. And also thank you for illustrating the placement of the bike lockers. So I just wanted to call that out as well. So thank you. That's all I have to say. Thanks, Madam Mayor.
Thank you.
Great. Thank you for your comments. Last time for anyone else on council wishing to ask any questions regarding bylaw 3204? Okay, hearing none, we'll go to a motion to close the public hearing. So can I have a mover and a seconder to close the public hearing, please? Councillor Pahal, Councillor James, all those in favor? Any opposed? And that carries. So this public hearing is now closed. This bylaw will come forward for consideration, a third reading at a future council meeting. Thank you, everyone. Have a wonderful evening.
Thank you.